This week, we follow a team that's on a tear, the New Jersey Nets, including a trip back home with Richard Jefferson. Plus, we'll tell you about the new class of Hall of Famers, take a close-up look at Suns head coach Mike D'Antoni, and bring you the top 10 plays of the week.
Murray, up top to LeBron! He ran from rack to rack!
Get out! He's unstoppable! You cannot believe what we just saw!
Oh, man, what a dunk! Tear up that rim, young fella. Sensational!
Oh, I'm shaking in my chair!
Oh, at home!
We begin by taking you into the action in the East with the Atlantic Division champions, the New Jersey Nets.
Who's up?
Over the past month, the Nets have hit their stride, and there's been more to their success than just their star power.
Chemistry is a big part of winning. That there's talent, but understanding talent plus chemistry plus discipline is how you win.
I think we have a talented team on paper. Paper doesn't win you games or championships. So I think us going out there and leading the way, setting the bar, and just playing Nets basketball.
After beating Detroit for their 8th win in a row, New Jersey looked to make another statement against Steve Nash and the Suns, and they would dominate one of the top teams in the West.
Nice move by Jefferson. Carter trying to post up Bell. Now Carter with the spin. Carter, yes, and the foul.
The league's highest scoring team was held to 18 points in the first quarter and 13 in the second, as the Nets took a commanding lead.
Kristich for Kidd. Beautiful play. And Kristich with the assist. And the Nets lead by 16.
New Jersey's smothering defense kept the pressure on in the second half, and they were starting to run Phoenix right out of the building.
Carter puts the move on Diaw and stuffs. But tonight, it has been very difficult. Bell is rejected by Collins. He got it from the angle. Here's Jefferson 2-on-1, and he goes the distance.
Leading by as many as 42 points, the Nets cruised to victory while holding the Suns to their lowest point total of the season.
The Nets 110 and the Suns 72 for the Nets, their most lopsided win of the season.
Another huge test arrived in the form of Shaquille O'Neal and the Heat, and once again, the Nets would respond.
Carter backing his way on way. They collapse on him as Vince is able to bank it home. Then it's picked off by Carter. Kristich on the run. Wade is back. Rose with a facial. Serving it up on Dwayne Wade.
Shaq and Wade would keep Miami in the game, but with Vince Carter scoring 33 of his 43 points in the second half, the Nets pulled away.
Kidd took it away. Kidd came from the blind side. Here's Kidd with a look away. Jefferson, Kristich, what a play by the Nets. Here's the alley-oop for Vince Carter. Standing ovation from this crowd. The Nets defeat the Heat 90-78. That's 12 straight wins.
The Hawks had played the Nets tough in their previous two matchups, and this game would be no exception. But New Jersey had just too much firepower.
Again to shoot. Shooting it over Josh Smith. Vince Carter. How about that? Josh Smith with his hands in his face, and Carter has exploded.
With 26 points from Vince and 27 from Richard Jefferson, New Jersey continued its hot streak.
And the Nets have now clinched a playoff spot, 91-88. Their magic number for winning the division now comes to 2.
After Cleveland snapped their winning streak at 14, the Nets regrouped with a strong effort in Milwaukee, led by Jason Kidd.
Here's the lob for Carter, and that's a triple-double for Jason Kidd. So the Nets, with an impressive response, they come back with a road victory. They defeat the Bucks 95-83.
We're back with more of NBA TV's NBA Action. We We follow the 4 teams who will hold training camp in Europe next fall in NBA Europe Live, presented by EA Sports. In October, the Suns will be in Italy while the Clippers will head to Russia. But last week, they met in Phoenix as both teams gear up for the playoffs.
Drives baseline on Kaman. The reversal there by Roger Bell, opening up the side door.
The Suns got out to a quick lead, but the Clippers answered right back.
The jam by Radmanovic right down Main Street. Final seconds of the first half.
Bad pass. Livingston stepped into the lane. Head pass to Radmanovic is a beauty. What a play by the 3 Clippers. Brand from Livingston, 9 assists.
L.A. took control of the game in the third quarter behind Elton Brand.
And a big rebound for Brand. McGetty hits a huge 3. What a rebound for Elton Brand.
Brand finished with 34 points and 15 rebounds, leading the Clippers to a huge road win. In other news, the Basketball Hall of Fame announced its newest members, and at the head of this year's class is Charles Barkley.
Behind his back, right by Ellis. Oh!
An 11-time All-Star, Barkley's best year was 1993, when he led Phoenix to the finals.
The fans here and around America join me in congratulating you, Charles Barkley, the 1992-93 National Basketball Association Most Valuable Player. Congratulations.
Also entering the Hall of Fame is the man known as the Human Highlight Film, Dominique Wilkins.
Down low, Dominique. He jams.
A two-handed windmill.
Another enshrinee is Detroit Pistons great Joe Dumars.
Looking about baseline does to Joe D. Freezes Jordan, spins inside.
They've been unanimously selected as the MVP finals. This award has been presented 20 years now to some of the great names in the sport, and you are absolutely one of the great names in the sport.
Joe went on to become Detroit's team president, building the team that won the 2004 title. Now he receives the game's highest honor.
It's special when you get to go in with your peers. I got to play during the same era as those guys, and it was a great era. I'm ecstatic about going in with those 2 guys.
Now we check out some of this week's most entertaining moments in the latest edition of I Love This Game. We're always glad you can drop in for the week's most exciting action, and you've arrived just in time for takeoff.
Spin, fade, fire, and hit the back rim. Wilcox up top on the magic carpet with the left hand and the little flush.
Allen ahead to Green. Gerald takes it to the basket. I wonder if Chuck got upset there.
But don't get carried away just yet. We've still got much more to come, including the buzzer beaters.
Final 3 seconds. Monte at 2, at 1, putting it up and in. Monte Ellis ends the half with a circus shot.
Now they can move it here. 10 seconds in overtime. Carmelo off the dribble. Yes! 3 minutes to go. The Lakers score for Carmelo.
There are some who prefer to give a solo performance, but others are at their best when they're working as a team, as we see in the week's most awesome assists.
Rashad McCants was not. How about the pass by Felton? Behind the back, and Matt Carroll takes care of business.
Gotta love that. Young man from Lotto, South Carolina, Raymond Felton.
Gets it to Scalabrine.
Joe! He's one of these kind of guys that if you put $1 up there, he'll snatch the dollar off the top of the backboard and leave change.
The stars of the future are on the horizon, and it's clear that they've learned a few things from today's highest flyers.
That's up a 2-on-1 development. Kidd slips it back. Carter was trailing the play. It counts, and the foul.
Time now for more of NBA TV's NBA Action. Now we profile the reigning Coach of the Year, the Phoenix Suns' Mike D'Antoni, in the latest edition of timeout.
We all know how lucky and fortunate we are to have the fella to my right, who is one of the most respected and successful coaches leading our organization. I'm confident that Mike possesses the necessary skills to bring a championship to Phoenix. Mike's new title is Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations, General Manager, and Head Coach.
I want to, first of all, congratulate Mike. It's a long way from Treviso and a few other places around the globe, but he's done a terrific job.
Mike D'Antoni is now one of the most powerful executives in the NBA. It's quite a transformation for a man who struggled to stay in the league as a player. 30 years ago, Mike was out of a job after playing less than 2 full seasons in the league. He headed to Italy, a career move that turned him into a legend. D'Antoni became one of the best players in European history, leading his teams to 5 Italian league titles and winning 2 more as a coach. He also gained an appreciation for the Italian spirit and love of life.
It was unbelievable, the passion in the moment, and couldn't help but get caught up in it. It was just the way everything was. It seemed to work, and it made some great stories. There's no doubt about it, and it made some interesting nights. I mean, there were some stories, you know, of people could go bankrupt because, you know, not everybody had a lot of money, and you were playing for owners that literally could lose everything. And it does put some pressure on you, but at the end of the day, when they're all good people and you're working toward the same goal, it just gives you an unbelievable amount of satisfaction. I don't know if you could ever duplicate it.
This young American slowly became more and more European. The experience molded him as a player and as a man.
It just gave me a nice perspective on a lot of different ways to look at things and how to live my life. And, you know, I met my wife there. My son was born there, so I'm just as much Italian as I am American. I've spent 21 years there, so it was really important to me, just really important of how I came out of there and how I look at things now. I was in a great situation in Europe, and Mr. Benetton, the owner of the team there, unbelievably great. But I did want to try the NBA out. There's only a few towns, though, or a few cities that I would go back to, and Phoenix being maybe the #1. There's not many organizations I would do this, but for this organization, for this opportunity, I had to do it. And that, you know, after you make your decision, then you find reasons to justify it. And I'm pulling justifications everywhere to make me feel better about, you know, running out on the Benetton family. But it was more of a life choice, and I had to do it.
D'Antoni might have left Europe, but didn't forget what he learned overseas. He recognizes what's important in life, and that helps him deal with the pressures of basketball.
Coach D'Antoni is one of the great guys you'll ever deal with in this business. He's about as good a human being to talk to. You can talk to him about other things or anything, and he doesn't take himself seriously, so you can joke at him or about him, and he'll come right back at you.
Hey, nice shirt. Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you. I didn't even say anything.
No, he'll come back in style. He knows it will.
And I think that's one of the things that makes him so well-liked throughout the franchise.
We got some other guys that have little bumps and bruises. Is there anyone that isn't experiencing a little pain here?
I feel pretty good, thank you.
If he does make a joke once a week, it's always about, well, I was in Italy when I was supposed to have learned that. I was in Italy when I was supposed to have learned that, you know, you run isolation plays, you know, you can't win with a fast break.
Just kidding. It's just a little joke. Just a little joke. Just a little joke.
But just the way he thinks about things, I think being in Italy really helped him.
It's no surprise that he's a favorite of the media. Besides bringing a free-flowing European style to the basketball court, Mike also has created an open relationship with reporters. It's an extension of the goodwill he enjoyed during his time spent abroad.
Really, that's what the Italian experience taught me. My best friends were all the writers. You know, they were good guys, and we would hang out, and we'd go to dinners. You have your 4-hour dinners, and you get to know everybody, and we all became happy and fun. But that is the essence of what's life's about to me. If I have those relationships, what else?
Welcome back to NBA TV's NBA Action. Now it's time for the top 10 plays of the week in our NBA TV Countdown. Starting us off at number 10 is Vince Carter, soaring high above the Hawks.
Oh, Vince Carter over Esteban Batista. So Carter puts it down.
At number 9, the game is in the hands of the Knicks' Jamal Crawford.
But Larry Brown doesn't call him. He's waving Crawford up.
Oh, he knows how much time. He's going to shoot it right at the buzzer. That's a big
for the win. Puts it in at the buzzer. Jamal Crawford knocks it down. Jamal Crawford with a huge shot. Second straight game. Nick bench erupting.
At number 8 is Celtics rookie Gerald Green with a fantastic finish.
Ahead to Green. Gerald takes it to the basket. A little extra flair on that dunk from young Gerald. That is going to do it.
At 7, the Nets trademark alley-oop. Jason Kidd to Vince Carter.
There's Carter. Oh! Vince Carter with a deke on the defender and then was able to take the lob.
And that is a set play coming out of the timeout. Lawrence Frank watched something, and Vince Carter did a heck of a job selling it.
At number 6, it's the Hawks' Josh Smith turning away the Timberwolves.
Bretton Hassel with Justin Reed on the wing, and he's blocked by Josh Smith. Josh Smith flew in from nowhere and caught Justin Reed at the apex.
At 5, the Hawks and Timberwolves battle it out in the closing seconds.
Davis with Pachulia on him, gets it to go. Oh no. Childress, quick release, and he lays it in at the buzzer. The Atlanta Hawks find a way to beat Minnesota at the finish. After the basket by Ricky Davis, Josh Childress marching, flying up court. He is spotted, and he beats the buzzer with a layup to give the Hawks the win.
In at number 4 is the steal and slam by LeBron James.
James on the steal. Murray up top to LeBron. He ran from rack to rack, pounded it, and won. He's doing it all. Both ends of the floor in his home region.
Unbelievable. Gets the defensive play at one end, runs the floor, kicks one way over the top of the court to Flip Murray.
Checking in at number 3 is this tasty dish from the Suns' Steve Nash.
Oh, Nash to Tim Thomas. Wow.
And that's why Steve Nash is a leading candidate to repeat as MVP in this league.
At 2, once again, it's Gerald Green finishing the Celtic break.
Gets it to Scalabrine.
He's one of these kind of guys that if you put $1 up there, he'll snatch the dollar off the top of the backboard and leave change, because that's how long he hangs in the air. That's hang time.
And with a number 1 play, yet another connection from Kidd to Carter.
Let's have a 2-on-1 development. Kidd slips it. Carter was trailing the play. It counts, and the foul.
That's our show for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Eagle for NBA TV's NBA Action. We'll see you next week.